Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube team draft. Got some special stuff in this one for you, so let me dive right in. First of all, love to see an Ancestral recall. That's a beautiful sight. So first of all, we've got a Team J-Bro. If you don't know Team J-Bro, he's a Cube aficionado, one of the people who behind CubeCon. He's involved with it. I'm not sure if he's the founder, organizer, or what, but super into Cube, often a Cube trophy leader, and he's popping in for one of these drafts, so love to see it. My team is myself, Slacks, Jesse Hampton, of course, Sandy Dog, who this time I won't be battling against him. He's on my team. Facing off against Alpha Frog, Gavin, Fulero, who is in plenty of these drafts. Little late night for Fulero from Europe. And Team J-Bro. So that's the opposing team. We're passing a Thoughtseize, a Swords to Plowshares, a Thalia. So I think Thoughtseize and Swords are going to be the next two cards gone. Hopefully, man, Slacks is probably going to take the Thoughtseize and Team J-Bro the Swords. We might get the Spellseeker back. I actually wouldn't be crazy if we did. So that would be a really nice turn of events there. The other new thing about this team draft, first of all, it is a team draft, as I mentioned, 3-on-3. We're playing out the matches a little differently. Instead of direct challenges, we're actually playing in the tournament playrooms on Magic Online. The reason we're doing that is we can watch our teammates play after our match is finished. So after I finish one of my matches, if one of my teammates is playing and I don't have an opponent yet, so it doesn't slow down the draft, hop in and watch my teammate play, and we'll see how that goes. Once we get to that point and you have a chance to weigh in the comments, I am curious if people like that, because I think it could be a cool way to make it feel more like a team draft. In any case, we've got a Flooded Strand here, a great pick. It basically nudges out Watery Grave and, honestly, Phantasmal Image. If I'm going to take a blue card, it's going to be Flooded Strand. There's also Grief, and Grief is a fantastic card. I just passed Thoughtseize, so I'm kind of inclined just to take Grief and maybe cut black. I am getting passed to by Gavin, who loves black, but Flooded Strand is really good, and getting to splash Ancestral is awesome. I think I just take Flooded Strand here. I don't know. It is pretty close in my opinion. Ooh, hit Turok, a new addition, another good follow-up. So passing some good black here. There's also Concealing Curtains, which I found to be pretty good. It's 1 mana 0/4, you pay 3 to flip it into a 3/4 menace that makes them discard a card, though they do draw a card. It's not a straight-up beating. There's also Wooded Foothills, which I do like, and a Raugrin Triumph, which I also like with Flooded Strand. Though Raugrin Triumph, because it's red, white, blue, only offers one more color than Flooded Strand, so it's not crazy good. There's also Rolling Earthquake is very good. Deals X to each creature and each player. And then a Braid. I think a Braid's slightly better than Rolling Earthquake. They're both very good. I might just take Wooded Foothills. I just think taking fetch lands early really just leaves you open, makes your mana good. And the fetch lands have all these little combos with like Brainstorm or Sensei's Divining Top, Delve cards, etc. Pass 2 red cards and a black card. Yeah, I'll take the Wooded Foothills. And now I might take a black card. I might take Kaito Shizuki, though there is Retrofitter Founder. I do like both of those cards. There's also Alrund's Epiphany. Take an extra turn for 7 mana, and you make 2 1/1s, but it has Foretell. You can play it for 6 mana. Love Retrofitter Foundry. So a lot of people have asked, why is this card so good? It looks kind of inefficient, and it is kind of inefficient, but the fact that it lets you spend, kind of no matter how much mana you have, it lets you spend that mana, and eventually gets you like 4/4s or 1/1 flyers. It is quite good. It has a lot of synergies too. I do like Kaito Shizuki. This is just a good card. I don't think I'm in a Trinket Mage spot here. I mean, I like Alrund's Epiphany. Alrund's Epiphany is a pretty nice, powerful card. It is a little expensive. Don't really consider taking Tarmogoyf. I think I'm just going to take Retrofitter Foundry and stay colorless. I'll probably follow it up with Dismember, which funnily enough is also colorless. There's also a Lurrus. I do love Lurrus, and we got Lurrus early enough we could maybe try to draft a actual Lurrus companion deck. It's not crazy to consider that, but I think Dismember is too powerful. 1 mana to kill any creature just about, even though it costs you some life, and colorless, like I'm still extremely not committed to any color. Passing Lurrus, Collective Brutality, Bonfire, Creeping Tar Pit, Lingering Souls. I think I like Lingering Souls more than anyone else here. It's crazy. All right, now I might just take the Triumph, because Ketria Triumph as blue-green-red, it adds blue to Wooded Foothills, and it adds green and red to Flooded Strand. That seems like a pretty good land. There's also Coalition Relic, which is a fine card. The 3-mana Accelerant slot is not exactly where I want to be. I like my cards just to cost 3 mana, not my Accelerants, but it is a powerful card. And Muldrifter is good, but not busted. I think I'm just going to take Ketria Triome just to keep my mana open. Spellseeker wheeled, so did Thalia. Okay, so Thalia wheeling is really interesting. The reason I think Thalia might have wheeled, I don't think it means Sandy Dog's not drafting mono white, because if you haven't watched these before, Sandy Dog, who is on my team, by the way, frequently drafts mono white. Oh, for a second, I thought I was passing a Team J-Bro. I got slacks myself confused. Well, whatever. It doesn't really change what I've said so far. It does mean, though, I thought Sandy might have taken Swords to Plowshares over Thalia, but I don't think Swords made it to Sandy 4th. Either way, I'm going to take Spellseeker here. When you have Ancestral Recall, taking Spellseeker to go get it is just absurd. It's 3 mana 1/1 searches for a cheap spell. I like Wall of Omen, Soul Herder, and Thalia, but I really like getting Ancestral Recall, and I'll probably follow it up with a Phantasmal Image. I think Phantasmal Image is a really strong card. It's good. It's good against people with cool creatures and good with cool creatures. Also, there's 2 black cards here. There's Night's Whisper and Shriekmaw, and they're both pretty good, but so it's not like taking a black card to deny Folero a black card is that relevant. Let's just take Phantasmal Image. There's also a chance this pack is all playables. So 5 cards. There's going to be 2 cards left. I might get Murktide Regent back, and with 2 fetches and some cheap spells, I would probably play Murktide in this deck. I think the 2 cards that are going to come back are Murktide and Memory Jar. I don't think Chain Lightning has any possibility of coming back. Talisman's not that likely. Thragtusk is possible. There's no way Night's Whisper comes back, I don't think. And I don't even think Shriekmaw comes back. But, I mean, I love this start. 3 good blue cards, 2 fetches in a duel. A good removal spell. Technically, all these spells even cost 1. All right, I'm probably just going to take Rolling Earthquake now. I don't mind passing Green Sun Zenith. Red-white duels, whatever. Some mediocre artifacts. Yeah. Rolling Earthquake. Plus, I can get it with Spellseeker. The fact that Spellseeker can get Rolling Earthquake means that it can actually get a sweeper, which is pretty strong. The only thing this is vulnerable to is if they have a lot of creatures with horsemanship. There's Jetmir's Garden, but I don't think I need it that much because, like, right now, Wooded Foothills is still, get blue, red, green. It would add white to Wooded Foothills, and for Flooded Strand, it would add... They wouldn't add anything, actually. Flooded Strand already gets white, red, or green. So I'm just going to take Alrund's Epiphany. Alrund's Epiphany is a strong card. There's Explorer and Tarmogoyf in the pack, too. Both the green cards that were in the pack wheeled along with 2 green lands. So green's pretty open. That doesn't mean I should be drafting green. It's just one thing to keep in mind is that it's possible that Folero does end up drafting green. All right. The black dried up pretty fast. Did pass Folero a bunch of good black. All right, so there's Bonfire and Lingering Souls. I love both those cards. I think with the colors I am, which is I'm basically Teamer, is the most likely outcome. I mean, I'm right now blue-red with a bunch of blue-red lands. I think I'd just take Bonfire, because Bonfire is pretty good in some matchups. You can end up with top deck tutors to make it really nice. I think that's fine. Oh, it's a late Muldrifter. I will take it, especially with a Phantasmal Image. I think that is solid. And passing a Seachrome Coast, and I don't really care about the other 2. All right, Wall of Omens could make it in. I don't think Ugin's going to, or Showdown of the Scalds. Especially now that I picked Muldrifter, we have now the start of a Blink deck. Oh, that's a really late Shriekmaw. I don't really want to pass it, but I actually do think Murktide Regent could be good in this deck. I think I take Murktide. That one's close, though. I'm not confident in that pick. Folero could definitely be a black drafter at this point and get a Shriekmaw last pick, but I haven't found Shriekmaw to be busted. Ooh, Mox Ruby is, though. This is shaping up to be a nice one. Passing Ragavan, Treachery, and Channel. Okay, well, we're going to take Mox Ruby. There's also Polluted Delta, so it's going to go Polluted Delta, Ragavan, Channel, Treachery, Tireless Tracker, Recruiter of the Guard. Yeah, probably not going to get anything too great back, but that's okay. The funny thing is the Trinket Mage would have actually ended up being kind of nice in this deck. But we'll see where we end up. Bunch of white cards too. Hero Blade, Hold Sun Titan, Recruiter of the Guard, Prismatic Ending, Archangel. Just 5 white cards in the pack. Yeah, I really don't see... I mean, there's no way Ragavan or Delta Wheel, which are the 2 cards I want the most. Okay, so this pack's interesting. So Pest Infestation is kind of a busted card. X green, destroy up to X artifacts or enchantments, and make twice that many 1/1s that die and you gain a life. So for 3 mana, you kill. It's a Reclamation Sage that makes 2 1/1s, but it scales up. You pay it for 7 mana, you get 6 1/1s. You also don't have to have that many targets in order to do that. There's also Mystical Tutor, though. And Mystical Tutor lets me put Bonfire on top, get Ancestral, get Epiphany. My only concern with Mystical Tutor is I think other people might end up not taking it, because there's a Daze. I think I'm going to take Pest Infestation because I think the card's really good. There's Daze, Umezawa's GTA, Lodestone Golem, Chandra, Gristlebrand, and Godless Shrine. I think Pest Infestation, given that I have 3 green sources for free and a Spellseeker, is too good to pass. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, here we've got a pack. We've got Cryptic Command. I do always like that card. And Ledger Shredder, both very good blue cards. There's also a Riftwind Cloudskate that I imagine will come back. We've also shaping up to be a good Revelark deck, because right now I've got Muldrifter, Spellseeker, Wall of Omens, Phantasmal Image, all which interact nicely. Don't care about Savai Triumph. There's also Oracle of Moldiah, which is actually a great card, and I have 2 fetch lands, and I'm going to be touching a little green here. What I might do is take Oracle. I think I'm going to get multiple cards out of this pack, because if I take Oracle, I'm going to wheel one of these 3 blue cards or the Revelark, and Oracle, it looks really good in this deck. All right, let's take Oracle. I do like Volcanic Island. I also like Remand. I mean, Remand is really good. There's also Expressive Iteration, but I think I don't need more card draw. Not that I'm saying I wouldn't play Expressive Iteration, but cheap interaction is like at a premium. And as much as I want Volcanic, because it would like make these 2 fetches into good untapped sources, I think I got to take Remand. There's also Reprieve and a Veil of Summer. Got to watch out for that one. But Remand in the 2-drop slot is just too good. Yeah, and then maybe, let's see, Reprieve, Volcanic, Veil of Summer, Expressive Iteration, Intrepid Adversary. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to wheel anything here. But even if I knew I wasn't wheeling anything, I would just take Remand. Okay, so this pack has Taiga, which doesn't actually do too much for me because Wooded Foothills is already red-green and it doesn't interact with Strand. There's Hydrid Krasis and Omnath as like blue-greenish cards. Though Omnath actually looks pretty castable in this deck. I think what I'm going to do is take Steam Vents, because it's not that much worse than Volcanic, and then try to wheel Omnath, because most of the time there's not 2 people at the table who want Omnath. Though I wouldn't be surprised at this table people do like that kind of card. I think what's going to go is Gideon, Hero's Downfall, Stowaway Taiga, maybe Kiki Jiki, I don't know. I'm glad I picked up the Steam Vents. Oh, nice. There's a Snapcaster Mage. I love Snapcaster Mage when I have Ancestral Recall, Dismember, Remand. It's not even that bad with Pest Infestation or Rolling Earthquake if you have a lot of mana. There's also a Time Warp and an Ether Channeler and a Glasspool Mimic. I wouldn't mind wheeling any of those 3 cards. Or a Spara's Headquarters. That would also be nice, but Snapcaster's too powerful to pass up. I also even have Clone. Oh, Treachery wheeled? I will take it. Channel wheeled too. So wait, what got taken out of this pack? Only 1 white card got taken. Ragavan, Polluted Delta got taken. Honestly, the cards that got taken were just so not on my radar that I really didn't, I didn't anticipate Recruiter of the Guard, Liliana still being here, but I'm just going to take the Treachery. That's totally fine. Mystical Tutor. Yeah. I think that is actually the one that got taken. Well, that's fine. I wish Mystical Tutor didn't get taken, but I think with a Spellseeker to get Ancestral... Oh, no, Mystical's this pack. Never mind. Forget all the things I just said, and I'm going to take the Mystical, because Mystical Ancestral's great, and Mystical Bonfire is absurd. You put this on top, and then you just, next turn, Fireball them and their whole board for like 5. Easy Mystical over Huntmaster of the Fells and Daze. Though Lodestone's still there, Hellrider's still there. Custodial Lich and Dam are still there, so I wonder who took all those black cards. This deck's looking fantastic. First of all, every card's gone into the deck. I've only put 1 card in my sideboard so far. My mana's looking good. I have a blue-red-green duel, a blue-red duel, 2 fetch lands that get both duels. Okay, Lark went. Gavin had to take Lark. Alpha Frog loves Revelark. It's actually Alpha Frog's like server and cube, which is why Revelark, Body Double, Mirror Entity are in. Not that I'm saying those shouldn't be in, but Alpha Frog loves them. So I am certainly... I would be willing to bet Gavin probably took it. Or Team J-Bro. That's I think his sort of thing. What am I going to take here? I do like Cryptic Command, and my mana looks good. On the other hand, Ledger Shredder is a fantastic card. I should just take the cheap card. You should just always take the cheap cards. I mean, it's just getting to cast more cards is awesome. Oh, okay. Expressive Iteration wheeling. I'm totally in for that. I might be the only blue-red drafter. Omnath did wheel, even though Kiki and Downfall did not, or were not taken. But I think I'm going to Omnath here. I have Flooded Strand, Wooded Foothills. Yeah. I'm still like a duel short, or a couple duels short, but it's not crazy. Okay, Glasspool Mimic versus Direfleet Daredevil versus Frantic Search versus passing a Bolas's Citadel. I don't worry about that too much. Bolas's Citadel sucks. Getting this card into play, I mean, I've put it into play a lot. You just don't win that much. I think I just take Glasspool Mimic. I think the card's pretty strong. I do like Sower of Temptation, but Prismatic Ending is pretty good, and I think I'm going to splash some white in this deck. And then I'm passing Gavin Sower and Sun Titan. I think that's okay. I even have Treachery, which is similar. Oh, that's a late days. I will take it. And yeah, this is not a Mind's Desire deck. Well, I have a ton of playables now. I mean, this is infinite playables. Let's see what we can open here. Not going to take Fast Bond. There's Lelia. This card is pretty busted. There's also Windswept Heath and Vendilion Click. I'm not going to take the Vendilion Click. If I was going to take a land, it would be Heath over Trop. Heath is just, it gets Ketria Triome, you know, and is just a green-white land, which isn't bad. So it's a 4-color land. But if I was going to take a creature, Lelia is better than Vendilion Click. So like Lelia, oh man, I don't like passing Lelia, but it's the opposite direction I passed Ragavan at least. The problem is Windswept Heath is much better for my deck. I have a ton of playables. I have Omnath and Oracle already, which are so good. Even Murktide's good with fetches. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Windswept Heath. It's a lot better for my deck, and it's not like Lelia is so much better than every other card in the pack that I mind passing it. Ooh, Urza's Saga? I do like Urza's Saga. I have a Mox Ruby to get and a Retrofitter Foundry. Yeah, we're taking Urza's Saga. That's not close. Passing a bunch of good white cards, hopefully to Sandy's direction. There's an Augur of Autumn as well. There's a Tendrils, the time I'm not drafting Storm. I'm not bitter. Not at all. Yeah. I'm actually in the market for Wrenn and 6 now, or like that kind of effect. Now that I have 3 fetches and an Urza Saga. So I need to cut a couple cards here. Also, the fact that I'm like, it feels like there's maybe 2 blue drafters at the table. Or like, well, Cube is weird because you kind of splash a lot of cards. People end up on 3 colors a lot. But it feels like I'm the only primary blue drafter at the table, at the very least. Okay, so this pack has 2 tri-lands, Rafine's Tower and Zeotora's Proving Ground, but they're both black, so that's not where I want to be. There's Ravages and Parallax Wave, and I guess I'll just pass both. Stomping Ground would be fine. It would be a fine land to take. Not critical, but fine. I don't really need Consecrated Sphinx. I'm kind of deciding between Thieving Skydiver and honestly Birds of Paradise. This is looking like a good Birds of Paradise deck, and I think my mana is now actually looking pretty good. I have 2 fetches that get untapped green and a fetch that gets tapped green. Ketria Triome, Oracle of Moldiah. I mean, the Skydiver is a fine card, and it's pretty good against me. So I guess I don't love the idea of passing it when I have Mox Ruby and Retrofitter Foundry. All right, I'll take the Thieving Skydiver. It's fine. Not a Tolarian Academy deck. Definitely could be a Teferi Hero of Dominaria deck. This one's good. Don't really feel the need to take Impulse all that much. I mean, Impulse is fine. So is Thirst. They're both just fine blue card draw. But I think with wheeling the iteration, having Ancestral and 2 ways to tutor for it, I'm not feeling that hard up for card draw. I might honestly just take Boseiju. The card's really strong. You just play it instead of a land, as it's like an additional land, and then it's just a random free disenchant, and maybe wheel Botanical Sanctum. There's also Phyrexian Metamorph. Metamorph does look good. I already have 1 clone. I don't want to overload, but Metamorph does work with a lot of the cards I have, and is just a good card overall. That's pretty close. Passing a couple good black cards in Gonti and Ashiok. There's also Tolarian Academy, but I don't think it's actually good in this deck. I think I just take Boseiju, though. I don't know. Boseiju's really, really nice. Geez, okay. There's Crater Hoof. There's Time Spiral, Sacred Foundry, Emrakul. There's some big stuff here. Loran, a Reanimator card, and Exhume. I kind of want Sensei's Divining Top. I have a Miracle. It works nicely with Bonfire. You get to, like, you know, flip it around. It's nice with Urza's Saga. You can, as a 1-mana artifact to go get, and I have a ton of fetches and Oracle of Moldiah. So if I were to take a card for my deck, it's probably Sensei's Divining Top. Though Sacred Foundry is not too far behind. I could also just take Loran, because Loran is a great card. Though I do have Pest Infestation and just picked up beside you. That makes me a little less likely to want Loran. Don't think I want Nissa. I don't need that. I don't know enough about what my opponents are playing to know if I should hate anything here. I think I'm just going to take Sacred Foundry and try to wheel the top, and if it doesn't wheel, no big deal. Wow, past Emrakul and then now Sneak and Breach, but I guess that's fine. Lear's interesting. Lear lets me replay Ancestral, Dismember, Mystical Tutor, Prismatic Ending, Iteration. Doesn't really let me play Epiphany because it gets exiled. And then all my X spells. There's also Fact or Fiction, which is just a good card. But honestly, I think one of these two blue cards will probably wheel. So do I want Breeding Pool or do I want Sylvan Caryatid? I once again have tons of playables, so maybe if I just take the Breeding Pool, I'll be happy. Fast Bond wheeled, which is kind of interesting, but Vendilion Click wheeled, we'll just take that. Vendilion Click is awesome. It just does everything you want. And look, Fast Bond can be good when you have Oracle and Omnath, for sure. It's just such an unreliable card. I'd rather just take a card that's great and not worry about it. Augur of Autumn is actually pretty nice here. Tons of white cards. Not even really a Talisman deck. Don't care about Tendrils or Yogg-Will. If no one has taken either of these in the first go-round, no one really cares about them. There's also Galvanic Iteration, which is cute with some of the stuff here, but I mean, would I play Augur of Autumn? Am I more likely just to play Blade Splicer? I mean, Blade Splicer is also pretty good. Augur of Autumn with like 3 fetches looks kind of nice, and I could end up playing main green here. That birds might wheel. Yeah, birds did wheel. All right, now I'm just going to take the birds now over Zeator's Proving Ground. I don't need Consecrated Sphinx. Impulse and Thirst wheeled. So did both black cards. So did Tolarian Academy. I think the Ledger Shredder is still in. Wall of Omens, I think, is out. Which of these blue cards am I going to play, if either? I don't even know that I'm going to play either. I have 9. I'm not going to have that many non-basics. I can't possibly play Tolarian Academy, right? That just doesn't seem... No, I think I'm a little more likely to play Impulse, but not that likely to play either. Not going to play Darkslick Shores and don't care about passing it. Don't care about passing Vortex. I guess I'll just hate the Emrakul because who knows? I mean, I could also just take Nissa. Nissa is a very good card. I think it's better than Scavenging Ooze. It's tricky because I could be hating from Fulera or I could be hating from Slacks. I don't care about playing Nissa. I'll just take the Emrakul, I think. Okay. Lear and Foff both wheeled. What do I want more of these two cards? I guess it's probably Foff. I think Lear is good, but I think Foff is going to be a little more reliable. All right, I'll take a free Fast Bond, sure. And I'll pass a last pick Tendrils. I think this deck's very good. Like, I actually think this deck's great. I did pass some good cards. I passed a Grief, I passed a Lelia, I passed a Ragavan, but I didn't pass anything too absurd. I opened 2 pieces of power in Ancestral and Ruby, ended up with 3 fetches, tons of duels, a lot of powerful stuff to do. All right, I'm excited to see how this goes. Alrighty, after some tough cuts, this is where I ended up. 16 lands plus Mox Ruby, but also plus Glasspool Mimic. So that's effectively 18 lands. Not playing the Fast Bond over here. This didn't really... I just think that card is a little hit or miss, and this deck is very, very strong. I mean, I've got Ancestral, multiple ways to find it, Snapcaster Mage, Vendilion, just all high-quality cards. Mold Drifter is also one of my weakest cards for sure. Ended up also cutting Murktide Regent and Wall of Omens and Thieving Skydiver. But we'll see how that ends up going with Oracle, Omnath, and Augur, and Birds being my green cards. Not very many green cards, but with 3 fetches, a Triome, and 3 duels, my mana is great. All right, my teammates have... This is Jesse, Slacks, is playing black-green with a Reanimate theme, Entomb, some reanimation spells, Hornet Queen, Gristlebrand, Questing Beast, Acidic Slime, some Lilianas, Exhume, Orcish Bowmasters. I like it. And then in a shocker, Sandy Dog is playing mono white, got the Thalia back super late, and then has a Strip Mine, which I love, Mana Tithe, Mother of Rune's Path to Exile, Parallax Wave. Looks like a very good mono white deck. We're about to battle here. So we now have been playing in the open play. Let's see. So freeform tournament, freeform open play. And let's see. Let me just make sure this is where we are at tournament practice freeform. That's where it is. All right. So the advantage of doing freeform tournament practice is that you get to spectate your teammates' matches. So here I am playing against Alpha Frog for round 1 here. Let's see how this goes. Solid hand. I'm on the draw. I hope to get to remand out there fast enough here. Hopefully I draw Mox Ruby. All right, now I really need to draw Mox Ruby. If I do, I'm in really good shape. If I don't, things could get ugly. I guess Windswept Heath is like a slightly worse land. Overall, I'm going to get Ketria Triumph with it. Basically, if he doesn't play a turn 2 5-drop or 4-drop, I don't mind my chances here. Okay. Well, I don't love my chances now. Sure. And so he's going to go ahead and channel Spin Top, which I guess that's not the end of the world if that's where he's starting. Let's see. Cityscape Leveler. Okay. It's going to be tough. So turn 2, 8/8 Trample. And when it attacks, it destroys my non-land permanents. All right, let's go get my Ketria Triome here. So what am I hoping to draw? I mean, Phantasmal Image doesn't really do it. I don't really even know. Let's see. Ancestral Recall is I guess, a good card, but which land do I play? I don't want to play the Wooded Foothills yet. My main concern is that if I have to sack this to get Sacred Foundry untapped, that puts me on a 2-turn leveler clock, and I'd rather not have that happen. Okay. If I was on the play this game, it would have been a little bit better for me. Go to 11. Ether Channeler, I'm going to have to remand that. So I can make Glasspool Mimic as one of these, and it would give me a Power Stone, but that wouldn't help me cast Treachery. I think I'm going to Ancestral myself and see what I draw. Going down to, so I'm going to play a land. They don't have to kill my thing, but obviously there's a good chance they do. So I play a land, get attacked, then I play my 4th land and die. Is there a way to get an extra land into play? I guess trying to find Mox Ruby was my best out. So what's my best way to find Mox Ruby? I don't really have a great way to do that. I have to just draw it next turn because I can't cast Iteration this turn. So let's just play Retrofitter Foundry. Play Glasspool Mimic, I think. And I'm gonna end up just dying like right before I can cast my stuff. Because I'm going into 3 this turn. I just discard Mole Drifter, though it doesn't matter too much what I discard. Alright. Do you kill a Retrofitter Foundry? It's actually like a little bit interesting, though I did end up killing it. I was casting something. Burst Lightning, sure. That was pretty dead, but, you know, what can you do? Skydiver can steal Top or Mana Vault. It's not like the best ever at doing either of those things, but it's okay. I mean, if I get Cityscape Leveler on turn 2, I get Cityscape Leveler on turn 2, I guess. Pest Infestation is still good. Daze, I think, still solid. Here's where I wish I just had like a cheap bounce spell or something. That would kind of get me out of it. Like Prismatic Ending does not help. I guess the Mole Drifter looks a little weak. Maybe I just have to play Fast Bond and just try to be a little faster. Yeah, I guess that's probably it. And yeah, I'm on the play this time. Hopefully that helps as well. Yeah, I would imagine it does. So here, it's a little interesting because I have Windswept Heath, which to cast Omnath, I only have 1 white source besides birds. I have Sacred Foundry. I mean, I obviously have 3 fetches that can go get it, but I don't have a lot of sources. So I think I just play tapped Breeding Pool and pass, because I don't necessarily want to fetch Ketria Triumph here. Obviously, the fetching Triumph on turn 1 is tempting. Oh, let's not click through my whole turn. But I think I'm going to cast Remand or maybe Daze on turn 2, so I want to leave the option up if I can. Okay, draw. Island, so if I play Island, which I think I'm going to, I'm basically saying I can't play Omnath next turn, but I think that's okay, and I don't mind playing Augur here. Because I have a Daze, so if he plays a 3-drop or some big play on his turn, I can just Daze it. And so I don't need to tap out. Also, Remand's kind of a soft counter, so it's not like I need to leave Remand up every single turn. It's not like a mana drain or something where if you land it, you're in great shape. What is this, Tinker? Oh yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Daze that. That's a good one. We don't mind that. I don't really want to draw Retrofit or Foundry. I don't think. No. And also playing Windswept Heath is nice because it lets me keep the dream of playing Omnath next turn. So the question now is, what do I play? All right, well, I'm going to fetch. I think I just get Sacred Foundry and then Remand the Chandra. Okay, let's see if this Fast Bond on top. All right. Land. I guess I'll send. I'm going to draw Fast Bond next turn. Oh man, this is kind of painful. Because now the Chandra comes in, eats my Augur of Autumn. I know I'm just bricking on my turn. I mean, I'm going to play the Fast Bond, I guess. And I'm going to play a land, but I'm not going to play more lands because of Omnath. And I can't play Omnath because I need a red source that is not Sacred Foundry, which I do have. All right, well, hopefully this is a creature. Okay. I mean, he's going to get some treasures, but he's got so many cards in hand. All right, can I draw like a card draw spell or something? Or Wooded Foothills. Okay. Land, Wooded Foothills, crack this. Let's just get Mountain. Omnath. Draw a card. I do like that. It's Ancestral Recall myself. Okay, this is cascading pretty nicely. Land. Gain 4 life. Land. Make a bunch of mana. And Treachery the Goldspan. He gets another treasure, but his treasure's now only tapped for 1 mana, which is nice. At least if the Goldspan comes over to my side. Or the Goldspan leaves the battlefield. Like, I guess he could also sack it. All right, is he going to Burst Lightning the Goldspan? Yeah, that's fine. And I'm not going to play the Beside-You. Not only because it's a Beside-You, but also I have Omnath in play. So getting to use Omnath next turn, getting some Omnath triggers would be nice. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. All right. I should have played the Beside-You because it would have killed the Chandra. I forgot Omnath hits Planeswalkers too. That third ability so rarely comes up. All right, let's see how bad this is. Daredevil, no, and he's gonna get my Ancestral when I have Snapcaster in hand. Oh my god, this is pretty brutal because like I think that my deck is insane, but he's just gotten the perfect answers for everything, and he would have been able to make that play even if I killed Chandra. But yeah, just having the turn 2 Cityscape Leveler and then just Goldspan, I don't know, just everything has lined up really badly for me. That being said, it's not over yet, but obviously that makes things a lot worse. I can't Snapcaster Daze, sadly. So what I think I should have done is tap this Forest, leave an island untap to cast the Treachery. Let's just look at how we could have played that turn better, and I think could have been a much better shape. He makes the same Burst Lightning played, Goldspan dies. I play the Beside-You, it kills the Chandra, and I have mana up for Snapcaster Ancestral. When he goes Direfleet Daredevil, I get to do that instead. So that would have been a much better play. So if I lose this game, I think I have only myself to blame, really. All right. All right. I might as well use the hearse at this point. This is now he's gonna get to like Chandra my Omnath maybe. I'm not gonna beside you the hearse yet. I could do that whenever I want. Sometimes you throw games, I guess. Let's hope my teammates are winning. Don't think I'm very likely to win this game at this point in time, but you never know. We do have a bonfire in hand. That's a card. Maybe, yeah, he's going plus on Chandra, so maybe he doesn't kill Omnath somehow. Minsc and Vu just, he's just got all these great cards. Okay. Each Planeswalker. If somehow Minsc and Boo or Omnath lives, that would be pretty nice. I kind of don't feel like that's super likely, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'll take 4. I guess I also have enough mana, even if Omnath doesn't live, to Bonfire for 4, which only kills 1 Planeswalker. You actually target a Planeswalker, funnily enough. Just draw for turn. Yeah, I guess I just have to play this, sadly. I'm going to target Minsc and Boo, I guess. All right. I didn't kill the hearse with a bonfire because I needed to be able to cast this, or kill the hearse with Beside You, because I need to be able to cast the bonfire for the full amount. All right. Does he not have an answer? Oh, okay. I mean, there's a hearse in play still. I don't love that. But, and he gets to Thirst here. Don't love that either. But I did kill Chandra, Minsc and Boo, and some other stuff. The Snapcaster is obviously just terrible now that that Ancestral got sniped. And then the hearse doesn't help. But Ancestral getting sniped was like the biggest part of it. I still think I'm losing badly because this was just a fresh set of cards. But we're back in it. I mean, the game isn't just over. Obviously, a lot could have happened there. Okay. Channel is not great news for me. What am I hoping to draw at this point? I don't even know. Memory Jar? Okay. I guess I'm sad that I'm losing all these good cards, but we'll see. He's got Channel going. Decent amount of life. I'm at 20. He's at 10. He's got a fresh set of 7 cards. Let's see what he does with all those. Casts a Ragavan. Sure. What else you got? Presumably something. Jace? Okay. Channeling out. Another Jace. Oh man, that bounces Omnath. Yeah, that's not great. Channeling down to 2 to cast Wormcoil. Okay. Man, if Hearse hadn't killed the bonfire, I would be in really good shape now. I would just win. All right, well, he's at 2. Let's see what we can do. Spellseeker? I don't have any burn left because I didn't have the Rolling Earthquake in my deck. Snapcaster Mage. I mean, I could Snapcaster... Oh, let's see. Snapcaster Mystical. I could try to set up an Alrund's Epiphany at some point. 3, 4, 5. I have a lot of mana. So maybe I go Ledger Shredder. Let's see. 3. Yeah, so let's go Ledger Shredder to start. Play Spellseeker. Trigger to Ledger Shredder. Discard Flooded Strand, sure. Spellseeker. Do I get Pest Infestation is kind of interesting. I could get Iteration. That doesn't do much. 16, is it 2? Let's just get Pest Infestation and pass the turn here. I'm going to let the Wormcoil hit me, but I think that's okay. I don't love it. But the reason is I really want to be able to Snapcaster Mystical Tutor. I know he's got an unlicensed Hearse in play, but I think there's a decent chance that the Hearse does something. I guess I can't stop Jace Vryn's Prodigy either for Time Walk. I can't really win this game. His deck's really good too. Don't get me wrong. His deck is awesome. All right, we're dead here. And let's check in on the other matches. Alrighty, time for round 2. I did say we were going to watch other matches, and we will when we have an opportunity for, but when we have opponents, we're just going to play our opponents. Ooh, great start. All right. Well, I still feel good about this draft. Sandy Dog won round 1. And so we're 1-1 right now. And Alpha Frog's deck is awesome. Like, I did screw up, and I think I had a better chance of winning had I not. But after seeing more of his deck, he also just has rug busted cards, just kind of like me. And I'm, I think that both of us have a pretty good chance of doing well this draft. I mean, he beat me, so that's already a start. But obviously, this is a very good start for me. I mean, I probably had more pieces of power, but he definitely had his draws lined up nicely against me. I'm going to let that resolve instead of dazing it, because if I daze it, I have to like discard a bunch of cards. I really don't want to do that. What I do want to do, though, is Phantasmal Image Sylvan Carriage, because there's no real drawback to copying it. It can't get targeted. Well, not by them, and I'm not going to target it, so it just straight up copies the Caryatid, and then if he taps out for something, I can daze it. And if he doesn't, then that's fine too. Geez, heavy ramp here. Okay. Geez, real heavy ramp here. What is going on? All right. I would kind of like to leave Remand up if I can. What to do? One card in hand. I'm just going to go Retrofitter Foundry, Glasspool Shore, and pass. That kind of camouflages the Remand a little bit. And I'm hoping that Remand plus Daze can at least do something, though obviously Daze is going to be a little tough given the circumstances. Okay, at least Remand can stop this from coming down for a turn, probably. Thragtusk. Oh. Last card in hand. Oh, I feel very good about this, because now, if you want, he can Lumberjack it out, and it's not a crazy play to make, but it turns off Arbor Elf. Okay, and I'm certainly going to daze it. This is going to be great, because now the Lumberjack doesn't do anything. He's out of Forest, and the Arbor Elf doesn't do anything. Yeah, that works for me. Also, it puts him on 0 cards, so I like my spot. Let's just start leveraging Oracle of Moldai. I even have a land in hand if I miss on lands here. Yeah, I'll just play the Beside You. That's fine. Pass. Oh, with Omnath next turn. So Omnath I can play by playing Sacred Foundry. Basically, J-Bro's got like one turn after, like this turn or the next turn. If he misses this turn, it's going to be really hard for him to come back. If he misses next turn, I think it's almost impossible. Okay. He drew Shatter Skull Smashing. Well, okay. I mean, that does mitigate the damage a little bit, but I still think it's going to be pretty tough. I have a million cards in hand. Do I want to Omnath here? What else could I do? I guess Ledger Shredder into Omnath sounds pretty good. Let's go red, blue, green, white. Shred some ledgers here. Yeah, we can discard Forest. I don't think we need to do that. I just have, I mean, he's 1 card and I have 4, but I don't really have 4 cards. Every card in my hand draws a million cards. Gaia's Cradle, geez, he can make lots of mana. Let's go, let's just play the Mole Drifter. If I draw a fetch land, I can go pretty nuts. And let's just play Ketria Triumph. Send. I mean, there's no real reason not to send. And he's got one. Now, this is his last turn to draw something big, because I'm going to Mystical for Bonfire. Well, I do something big. It's going to have to do something pretty good. 8 mana? Okay. I mean, sure. Yeah, that's lethal, right? How big are these things? They're +4/+4. I have 5 toughness. Oh, wait, that's not lethal. Okay, I just assumed I was dead. I guess I'm not. So this is 19 damage. How much mana do I have? Let's just block. Mystical Tutor for Bonfire. All right, I thought I was just dead, but I forgot that he had to tap the Caryatid and, well, as a defender. It doesn't count as an attacker. So I go to 4, and then I miracle this and cast it for 5 here. And then now I don't die to a lightning bolt, and he's got, and I gain 4 life here. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Oof, Crisis Avert. I thought I was gonna get mised out, but now he only has 4 mana because that Cradle doesn't even tap for mana. All right, that was a close one. So Rolling Earthquake definitely coming in. Pest Infestation hits Mox Diamond, but it doesn't seem like anything else is that impressive. I know it's a good card, but I kind of want to get the Fast Bond in again. I don't think I can cut Retrofitter Foundry in an Urza Saga deck, but it seems kind of bad. His deck, that's just not what this is going to be about. I kind of want to just cut Urza Saga. Is that crazy to do? He's just playing red-green ramp to Crater Hoof. Yeah, I kind of think I just do that and just play an extra red mana, or maybe I actually play the Plains because I get Prismatic Ending in as well. Cut the Mole Drifter, just make my deck a little faster. All right, we'll see how that works out. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand. Obviously, this hand has some potential issues, mainly that I have so much land. But look, Omnath is a really powerful card, especially against a deck that it doesn't look like they're gonna have the easiest time killing it, and it draws a card and then adds a ton of mana and gains a bunch of life. And Birds makes Omnath come out a turn sooner. So I think that's okay. J-Bro mulliganed here. Okay, Oracle of Moldiah is also pretty good. Mox Ruby would be the best card I could draw. I would actually choose Mox Ruby over Ancestral if I could stack the top of my deck. Stomp, stomp. Soul Ring. Oh, never mind. Thieving Skydiver is back on the menu. Into Shatter Skull Smashing or something. Kill my bird. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. Bolting the bird. Classic strategy. Well, Treachery is not the worst card against his deck, but I'm not going to play anything for 2 turns at this rate, and he's got Soul Ring out, so I'm not really feeling great about this. This is why I put Fast Bond in. All right, well, he's on the mono ramp plan. Let's see if I can draw. Mox Ruby still be very good. Oh, Rolling Earthquake. This is tough. Do I Rolling Earthquake to kill Arbor Elf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of think I do. I don't love it, but next turn I'm going to be able to cast a relevant spell. Taking a land off the table for him seems like it's good enough. Yeah, I mean, Nissa makes me wish I had done slightly differently. All right. So I can play Omnath now. I have to get the Plains. But I think playing Omnath first is going to be the best. I mean, I guess I didn't have to get Plains. I could get, there's other lands I could get. I could get Steam Vents. No, Steam Vents wouldn't have worked. Steam Vents would have worked. Oh, Fastbond, Omnath, Oracle, Treachery. I'm going to have a big turn next turn if I don't lose this turn. Or if Omnath doesn't die. Obviously, I might just get Crater Hoofed. Would Crater Hoof kill me? Yes, it would. Okay, I got Coglid, which also not ideal, but we're not dead yet. It's not looking great. No, I can't afford to do that, unfortunately. Land, Treachery the Kogla. Yeah, I needed the Omnath to live here because right as things currently stand, I die to Nissa activating again. I block and take 6, but Oracle does keep me alive here. Play a land. I'm at 6. I go to 5. I mean, it doesn't really. So if I play a land off fast, well, I'm going to want to sack anyway because I can't draw that forest. Prismatic Ending. Sure, I'll play the Fast Bond, though it doesn't actually do anything. And I'm not going to play anything else. All right, I'm going to pass. So when he sends in the clowns, I go block, block, go to 2. I have Kogla against 2 lands. I need his last card to be nothing. And then next turn, I get to kill all his stuff. All right. Kill the mana generating one first. Actually, I think I kill literally all his stuff, right? I'm at 2. I go to 1 here. I have 1 forest left to get. Or I guess I get Mountain. Sure. Bonfire Nissa for 3. Oh, no, I'm 1 mana short. All right, well, I mean, it's still good. I still get to kill everything. I wanted to kill the Soul Ring, too. Oh, no, the Kogla kills the Soul Ring. Never mind, I kill everything. He's got 1 Stomping Ground. I'm at 1, though. So, obviously, I'm not feeling the most secure about my position. Oh, Alrund's Epiphany, that's just... I guess that leaves me 1 point short. I get to attack for 9 next turn. That was a good draw. All right, let's go Expressive Iteration. Ooh, put Remand in hand. And then cast Ledger Shredder. Okay. Attack for 9, and I have Remand for the next play. All right, I didn't think I was winning this game. Bonfire has been awesome, of course. And, oof, what a close one. Both these games were insanely close, like a life point or 2 close. All right. And then now we do get to watch a little bit. Let's see. Frog's ready. I already finished. I'll watch Slacks and Falero for the moment. So this is because Falero is the last person I have to play. So current status. I'm 1-1. Sandy Dog's 1-0. And they're in round 1 here. So we're up 2-1. And it's pending this. I don't know what game this is. Okay, well, Vraska sacking. This doesn't look great for Slacks. A big Teferi against kind of an Esper value deck. So Falero did end up playing black. Unsurprising. And this is game 3, unfortunately. And he makes Falero sack a Recruiter of the Guard. Fairy Rouge token. Chills. And Falero can at will bounce the Loran with Caracas to blow up Sylvan Library. And we've gone through a lot of stuff. So Falero's got Swords, Flicker, Soul Hoarder, Recruiter, like kind of black, white, splash, blue value. Pretty cool deck. And of course, both teams are like once round 1 has started, both teams are just assumed to have seen anything. You can have seen anything your teammate has seen. Like when you bribery an opponent, it's totally legit to just take a screenshot and share it with your team. Like imagine we were doing this team draft in paper. We were all sitting side by side. I would just see everything the opponents of my teammates had played anyway. Plus, it's fun to get to watch matches. So we've switched it so where we can watch matches because at the end of the day, we're all doing this for fun, right? So getting to watch more matches seems like a pretty good deal. All right, in comes Loran to kill that Sylvan Library. I mean, this wouldn't be that bad except for the fact that there's a Teferi Hero of Dominaria in play. That's usually a bad idea, or a bad sign, rather. Let's see what Slacks has here. Just eating lands to get that Vraska up. Not ideal. I mean, Slime Ball's good. Can kill Caracas. That is definitely not a bad thing. And you can plus Liliana if you want. It's attacking Teferi. Try to keep it off ultimate. And I guess Slacks' last card is not that impressive, probably. Yeah, just a swamp. All right, I mean, this is not looking great, but it's not over. It will really depend on what Falero has in hand. Falero, I think, has a slightly better board to start out with. It's 5 lands versus 4. I guess the creatures trade off here. Teferi can just tuck the Vraska. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, but then Liliana of the Veil can at least -2 to kill Falero's next creature. Also, looking at Slacks' graveyard, Slacks has not used any animation spells yet. So I assume one reanimate spell would kind of break this game open. Okay, so just +1 Teferi and didn't play anything but a tap land and untap the tap land. Also activated Loran, so both players drew a card. Loving the situation, but it's not completely hopeless by any means. I mean, obviously Vraska at 10 now is going to prompt a Teferi -3, would be my assumption, because the -9 on Vraska is all your creatures now are lethal, like they just deal lethal poison. So I don't think Fulero is going to let that fly. Let's see, so at this point, Jesse Slacks is going to be looking for one of the reanimate spells. Let me just taking a look at Slacks' deck. Has Necromancy and Recurring Nightmare would both be great. Exhume would be a little bit dicier because Fulero has cards to reanimate too, but any of those cards would be pretty strong, I would say. And yeah, haven't used Liliana yet. Haven't attacked yet. I mean, I guess what do you reanimate? There's Custody Lich. Oh, Vampire Hexmage is not a bad reanimate target because it can just sack to kill Teferi. Okay. Ooh, Fulero has Mox Sapphire. And Jesse discarded Hornet Queen, which is a good discard. It's kind of nice to get that one into the bin. And so in terms of counter magic, we're just seeing Reprieve, and then there's also Swords and Dam as like interaction and a bunch of creatures. Bonfire's going to be good in this matchup. Okay, Teferi gets hit. I kind of hope Slacks has something else to play. No plays. Interesting. Does Fulero have an end of turn play? No. Okay. Oh, upkeep Necromancy. Probably the Vampire Hexmage. All right. I mean, this if this works, this is looking great. Because this is effectively a hero's downfall. Could also Necromancy the Hornet Queen, which would also be decent. So kind of depends on what you expect of the opponent. Let's see if Fulero has a response here. Well, that's less good. Okay. No Force of Negation. But doing it upkeep was good because it did tap down Fulero for main phase mana. Yep, had to use Teferi to tuck the Vraska. And Fulero's on 3 cards. Animate Dead. The Grave Titan. Okay. Don't love that. I'm not going to lie. Slacks is in a lot of trouble now. Could have another animate spell, maybe. Talisman of Resilience. Okay. 1 card left. That last card is hopefully a good one. Sack. Make his opponent sack a zombie token, sure. And attacking Teferi. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this looks... if that's what we're doing, not going to be enough, I don't think. All right, looks like we're about to be 2-2, but I think we're in okay shape. I mean, I don't hate my matchup against Fulero. All right, we're done here. I assume Slacks is going to scoop him up momentarily here, unless there's something... I mean, I guess you could wait to see what happens next turn or two. Grave Titan and Zombie coming in. Zombie killing Liliana. Orcish Bowmasters. Ooh, so yeah, had Fulero cast a card draw spell, this could have been a little more interesting. All right. Chump the zombie to keep Liliana alive. I mean, look, Slacks does have Recurring Nightmare, and Recurring Nightmare Hornet Queen goes a long way here. So, Sandy's down a game against Frog. I think Frog is going to 2-1 or 3-0, and maybe more likely to 3-0. Frog's deck is busted. So if Frog 3-0s, we lose this, we can't lose another one. Yeah, all right. I mean, that's doable. It means we have to beat J-Bro, and then I have to beat Fulero, and Sandy has to beat Fulero. So we have to just basically defeat everyone but Frog. All right, let's get into our match then, because we get to play against Fulero now. Alrighty, time for round 3. If you ignore the awkwardness of the Omnath, I actually like this hand a lot because I go turn 1 land with Dismember up, turn 2 Saga, suspend Auron's Epiphany, And then from turn 3 on, I start using Urza Saga. Seems reasonable to me. I also have Vendilion Click to play if I need to. Yeah, I don't hate it. I do not hate it at all. I will keep this hand. Okay. Man, that's not when you want to draw a Bonfire. Weak. Okay. The Saga looks pretty likely to get Mox Ruby at this point in time. No plays. That's what you want to see when you're playing against when you're playing with Urza Saga. Of course, drawing a double green card is pretty bad. Also, not getting Loran was really nice here. Loran on the Urza Saga would have been brutal. Psycho or Fiend's Tower? Sure. Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Put the vest to the test. Okay. Well, what you got? Hopefully not a Teferi. Even a Loran here would be kind of annoying. Gonti or something. Oh, Grief. Sure. I want to make Urza Saga token. I don't really want to dismember the Grief. I don't really care. My hand is a little loose. I really would like to draw like a fetch land or a Ketria Triumph here. I mean, I was going to say Dismember and Vendilion Click seem like the most reasonable takes there. I mean, not that Foff is unreasonable, but... All right, land. Not drawing a land, there's a bummer, but that's okay. All right, I'm glad I didn't have like Ephemerate or something. All right, I mean, we killed the Grief and have 2 3/3s in play. Didn't play a land that turn, which again really sucks. Oh, is this now just a Grave Titan? All right, let's go upkeep. We're going to Mystical for Ancestral here. Glasspool Mimic is a start. That is. Which land do I play? I guess I do play the Wooded Foothills here. Because I kind of want to save fetches for after Omnath, but I can't really afford to do that. And also, I'm not even that close to casting Omnath, so I should just get my Ketria Triumph this way. If Fulero has Loran here, it's going to be really annoying. Because Toxic Deluge? Oh, weird. Sure. Take 3. All right. Hopefully Flora has no other plays this turn. All right. Let's go ahead and get that Ketria Triumph. Oh, Ledger Shredder. Okay. Yeah, no, that actually seems... I was hoping to draw a play. Then... Oh, wait, I can't Glasspool make the Grave Titan. Hold on, I almost did that. But I think I just... Do I have Vendilion now? I guess I just Vendilion draw step, probably. How much better is that? I do want to draw the card off of the Ledger Shredder. I think I actually can't afford to do that. So let's just do this. Pest Infestation. I don't hate that either. All right, Augur of Autumn's got to go. Sure, getting Reprieved is fine. Okay, because getting Ledger Shredder up to a 2/4 also stops the zombies from attacking, which is pretty nice. Oh, okay, I die. All right, I mean, so be it. Do I want Pest Infestation? I'm kind of feeling like not the most Pest Infestation E-deck. It's got Mox. I mean, at that point, you could just put in a Thieving Skydiver. And I think I should just play the Fast Bond. I do think this deck has a lot of cheap plays, but it ends up just, I think I wanted to be a little bit faster. Do I want Rolling Earthquake? It kind of seems decent here. What do I want to cut, though? Actually, kind of makes me want to cut the Skydiver. Skydiver can steal the Mox. That's the only thing we saw. Yeah, maybe I'll do it that way. All right, all right. Well, I've got a 2-1 for us to have a shot here because we're not technically dead if I lose because we're only down 2 matches right now. But I'm kind of assuming that Alpha Frog is going to 3-0. If Alpha Frog doesn't, that gives us more breathing room. But the current match count right now is 2-2. But Sandy Dog is down a game against Alpha Frog, and I just really think that Frog's deck is great. So yeah, I mean, I think this deck's also very good. Things just didn't quite work out there. I kept a 3-land hand and didn't play a land on turn 4. Again, then they played a turn 5 Grave Titan, and I didn't have Treachery. And I don't have a lot of outs. Like, this deck is missing like a Brazen Borrower more than I would have expected. I guess I lost to like a Cityscape Leveler and a Grave Titan so far, where having a bounce spell would have been pretty good. But, so it goes. Yeah, all right. I don't think I want Impulse. Didn't run into a Murktide Regent matchup. The Pest Infestation wasn't really good against any of my opponents, which was kind of a shame. Oh, I have to remember Caracas. Omnath is not the worst thing to get Caracas, but certainly Caracas can still be annoying. All right. I would like to play first. Oh, I'll keep this hand. I mean, this hand's a little faster at least. Turn 1, Ketria Triumph. Turn 2, Birds, Retrofitter Foundry. Turn 3, Iteration. And then I have Snapcaster. I don't love drawing the Bonfire. Bonfire is a card I just like want to tuck away. Honestly, with Mystical Tutor in my deck, I would just like be in for Bonfire to be the bottom card of my deck every single game. But I mean, that's, I guess, a powerful ability. Regardless. Okay, let's reward ourselves for our hard work by cracking open a cold sparkling water. I haven't drafted in a few days. Went and saw Taylor Swift this weekend, actually. She was in Denver, and Huey, William Jensen, came to town. Basically, we told him we'd get his Taylor Swift tickets if he came to town because we lucked out and got a bunch of... we just stood in the queue, like joined, and managed to snag a bunch of tickets, which was awesome. Really cool show. So very lucky to get to go see that. But it did mean I didn't Cube for a few days, and so like Taylor Swift is great, but like so is Cube. But itching to play some Cube. I'm kind of bummed that this deck is like 1-1 down a game. This deck seems so good to me. Okay, Takenuma, and then sure. Honestly, this hand's pretty grief-proof. Like, what do you take? You take the Iteration. I just go Birds, Retrofitter, and then Snapcaster Iteration a turn or two later. You take the Birds, and I just go Retrofitter, Foundry. Oh, or I do this. Nox Ruby, cast Iteration. Put Omnath in hand. Mountain on the bottom beside you. Yeah, so drawing Mox Ruby is good. I would recommend it generally. And then now I get to play Omnath next turn. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, still pretty good. Honestly, like, it'd pitch a dam for it. I could Snapcaster Iteration, but I'd have to play my land. Oh, I can't even do that, actually. So I don't have double blue. So let's just pass. Get to Retrofitter here. And hoping to draw a blue source or a spell. I'm going to draw Fastbond next turn. It's going to be so annoying. I just like know it. I really hope that's not what happens, but... Okay, Grief comes in for 2. Let's make an idiot. Oh, Augur Bottom is actually a pretty nice little draw. Assuming we hit a land. Island on top. No, Rolling Earthquake on top. All right. Hit. I'm not going to offer... Oh, actually, this does offer the block if I want to. Probably going to get a Rafine's Tower here. Might not have another untapped. No, it has Godless Shrine, so... Still getting the Rafine's Tower, but had Falero had a play, they could have made it last turn. I can actually make a Thopter and block if I want. Okay, well, I'm going to make a Thopter. I've just never hit an Augur in my entire life. I mean, I guess I send. Can't think of too many flash things for 3 mana. And I'm 1 mana short. Man, drawing a land would have been so... Or having a land on top would have been so good there. Because then I could have tapped this to make a 4/4 and then untapped it and made a 1/1. Or cast like Snapcaster or Vendilion Click. Both of those would have also been great, but I guess not. Okay. That said, Falero's not doing anything. So... It's not the end of the world, I suppose. Yeah, I'll take my 2. Okay. Land and what? Teferi or something? Time Warp, sure. Oh man, is this going to be Time Warp into Grave Titan? Kind of feeling like that is. That's also not the end of the world, because then I get to a Rolling Earthquake for 2 and dismember the Grave Titan. I guess would be my play if that happens. Kaito Shizuki, sure. Draw a card. Caracas, okay. Also fine, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll make a 4/4. It's like kind of mana inefficient, but what can you do? Land? Oh, Flooded Strand, finally. Hit for 6. And pass. I'm going to want a Vendilion Click here, I think. I'm trying to think of when. I guess I'm actually just going to pass. Let him make his attack first. Then I'll click now. Because with Kaito out, you were going to attack first most of the time, so I think it's fine. All right, Vendilion Click. I mean, I technically could double block Grief. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to click now. Toxic Deluge, Flicker Wisp to Fairy. Is it 9? So if he goes Toxic Deluge for 4 down to 5, I just win with a Rolling Earthquake. I don't really want Flicker Wisp. That's probably the most annoying. And I don't care about Teferi very much. All right, I'll take the Flicker Wisp. Okay. So now you get to Kaito and +1. Oh, interesting. Not going to use Kaito yet. Well, you might actually... Falero might want to go Kaito -2 to make a 1/1 ninja, because I'm going to make a servo end of turn, most likely. I mean, I am going to make it, but Falero doesn't know that specifically. Okay, there goes the Toxic Deluge for 4, sure. Send is now Teferi and Swamp. Make a 1/1 token. Play the Swamp, pass the turn. I guess I attack Kaito with the 1/1. Sure. I'm just going to Rolling Earthquake for 5 here. And that's game unless Folero's last card ended up being a reprieve. They're not. Prismatic Ending, Thieving Skydiver. No, I don't think so. I like the birds well enough. Yeah. No, I like where we're at. All right. Any Mox Rubies and Ancestral Recalls? No. I'm going to keep this hand. I don't love this hand, but I'm playing against someone who's got like a bunch of discard spells. Oh my god. Suspend Cloudskate on turn 1? All right. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really want a mulligan. I just like a playable hand. This is an attrition-based matchup too. Oh, a Talisman? Now I wish I had kept Pest Infestation. Well, I am going to get to play an Augur next turn. Or not. Well, can't really take anything but Rolling Earthquake, I don't think. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Folero's had a great curve here. Can I just draw a Fast Bond? Well, they took Augur. Interesting. All right, Mox Ruby. Mox Ruby. It's not Mox Ruby. If I Ancestral now... Yeah, I'm going to Ancestral now. It could obviously work out poorly, but there's a lot of ways it works out well. Just discard Forest. If I draw Birds of Paradise, Fast Bond, Mox Ruby, like there's a lot of different cards I could draw that would make Ancestraling main phase work out well. Unfortunately, Windswept Heath cannot get blue mana for Remand. This is a frustrating draft. All right, can I find Fast Bond? If I find Fast Bond, I think I have a legit shot here. Because, like, I don't know. I could have mulliganed my hand, but I don't think I'm supposed to. And turn 1 Cloudskate, turn 3 Grief, turn 4 Teferi is a good start. All right, let's get... Oh, I had Breeding Pool. I'm just off my game right now because I could have remanded that Teferi. That's a very different experience, isn't it? All right, well, there's the Breeding Pool. Funny. Just pass, have Remand up. As it turns out, Teferi would have still resolved this turn. I still wouldn't have done anything, but obviously that was way worse. All right, well, you know what? Sometimes you play bad and you lose. I'm doing both those things. I don't know. They're certainly correlated. I don't know that that I would have necessarily been winning all these games had I not played bad, but playing bad did not help. I'm going to play Oracle of Moldiah here. Yeah, I guess I'll play Here's a Saga, sure. Okay, I mean, I'm not dead. I don't love the spot, but I'm not entirely dead. And if Folero just has all lands or something... all right, I mean, I have to kill Grief, I guess. Yeah, for example, this game, had I remanded Teferi, it would have been much better for me. Folero would have just played Teferi next turn, I still wouldn't have been able to do anything about that. I think there's a good chance I would still lose. So, assuming Folero has no cards in hand that are relevant. Oh, all right. Attacking me down to 1 and then minusing Teferi is a start. Okay. That kind of indicates a bit of weakness. Cracking Delta I don't like. What do you have? Untap land I don't like either. Okay. Yeah, no cards in hand. 1. All right, I guess I'm going to Bonfire Folero to death. Sure. That sounds like a great plan. How am I going to do this? I mean, I can Treachery the Grave Titan to start with, for sure. If I iteration into Bonfire and Mox Ruby? No. Yeah, all right. Well, that puts me at 1-2. Pretty awkward. I definitely could have played those better. It was just not working out. I don't know. The games played out, like this deck was really good. It played out really badly the way those games played out. I kept getting these hands with like 4-drops and didn't draw like Remand or Daze or Birds as often as I needed to, or Mox Ruby. But I also just like had two big errors. One, not fetching for Breeding Pool and Remanding to Fairy would have at least helped. And then against Alpha Frog, not playing the third land in the same turn for Omnath's ability. I don't know if either of those would have won me the game, but it would have certainly helped. All right, so Slacks beat J-Bro. So I'm 1-2. Sandy is 1-0. No, Sandy's 1-1, and Slacks is 1-1. So we're 3-4. So we need to win those two. All right. Well, let's see. They are actually playing their last round. So there's Sandy Dog against Folero and Alpha Frog and Slacks. I want to watch Alpha Frog against Slacks. So we're going to continue doing this. And like I said, let me know if you like this additional match watching. So you're not just watching my matches, we're watching the whole team's matches as we can. All right. So Jesse is deciding whether to keep this hand or not on the draw. I said you have my permission to go for it. I mean, this hand needs to draw 2 lands or a Dark Ritual, and it's absurd because he entombs for Gristlebrand. And so a big tiebreaker here in the dark, I would not say you should keep that hand, but Alpha Frog's deck, he's 2-0 in Alpha Frog's deck. So we're actually watching from Alpha Frog's perspective. There's just not that we can see the hands anyway. So this is my opponent. Alpha Frog's deck is absurdly good. The better your opponent's deck is, the more you need to keep kind of risky hands like that. Okay. Alpha Frog goes turn 2, Trop, go. I feel like I should have gotten one more match. I don't know which one it was. See, like this is why you keep hands like that. All right. I mean, basically, Frog has a really good teamer like value, like mid-range, like Minsk and Boo, Chandra, Time Walk deck, but also just a good channel deck. And I don't even know about Tinker. I don't even know what the Tinker deal is, but it's just like a bunch of busted stuff in the same deck. I'm still really bummed that I went 1-2 with my deck. I feel like I could have 2-1 or 3-0'd a decent amount of the time. Yeah, but you make mistakes. You lose, your opponent's draw better than you do. Like, my opponent's draws were, I think, on balance better than mine. Doesn't mean I couldn't have fought back a little harder, so that's certainly on me. All right. So that we'll check back in on that. Let's see. I guess they're waiting for. They're still sideboarding, so. While they do that, let's watch Sandy Dog and Folero here. Turn 2 Porcelain Legionnaire, no other plays. Sandy must have mulliganed a bunch. They can't all be winners. Someone was asking me on one of my latest videos of like, do you only upload the winning drafts? You've been winning so much and 80% of your matches or whatever. And the answer is no, as you can see. Ooh, nice. He had the Cathar Commando, so Sandy still had a good curve. I upload the drafts I do. First of all, I'm not going to waste my time of like recording a whole draft and then not uploading it. That's like a heinous waste of time. The other is that like recording losing matches can be instructive. if you watched my games, which I assume if you're listening to this, you probably did, I definitely didn't play great. I made losing game-altering errors that reduced my chances of winning significantly, and maybe I still would have lost, but I certainly didn't give myself the best shot. Watching that and seeing, A, how you can avoid that, and B, how you can react to it, that's valuable too. Plus, I don't know, if I lose in these drafts, it's fine to show that too. Like, I don't want to misrepresent what's going on. So, can't win them all, and certainly wasn't winning this one, but my team might still win. We're not completely out of it yet. We can't lose another match. We basically have to win these two matches that are both going on, because I'm 1-2 and both my teammates are 1-1. So if they both win, they're both 2-1, and I'm 1-2, and we win the draft. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's see if Alpha Frog and Slacks have started to battle. They have. All right, we're going to be watching this from now on. I just think that this matchup is. I just want to see if we can beat Alpha Frog, because we have to beat Alpha. We must beat Alpha Frog to win this draft. Killed the turn one Ragavan at least. Okay, let's see if we have a reanimate. No, but a Lingering Souls is pretty good. Making 2 1/1s, the next turn making some more 1/1s isn't bad. Pretty good against Planeswalkers, except this is going to be Minsk and Boo. All right. Yeah, this, depending on what Jesse has, is not the end of the world, but obviously it doesn't look great. And you're going to need, let's see, if you have a reanimate to kill the token. Wow, Minsk and Boo is really good. The Lingering Souls can peck down Minsk and Boo. Let's see, you attack Minsk and Boo down to 2 and you flash back Souls. Next turn you threaten to kill Minsk and Boo. There is that. And no other play. Okay. So you don't make another hamster. Gonna hopefully have, like, having a removal spell here would be sick. I don't think Jesse does. I think it's just going to take 7. But maybe you take 7, next turn kill Minsk and Boo, and then reanimate the Custodial Lich. That could be a potential path to victory. Chandra. Okay. Oh man, is he going to add red mana and then Time Walk? Unbelievable. Yeah. All right, well, look. When this is what our opponents have, like, turn 1 Ragavan, turn 3 Minsk and Boo, turn 4 Chandra, Time Walk is just not a realistic draw, like, in any way, shape, or form. I mean, that's just lethal right now. You just attack with the hamster and shoot with Chandra, or minus the Minsk and Boo. I mean, there's just so many different ways to win here. Well, when we're running up against this, we aren't going to win. Mm-hmm. If Slacks has a removal spell, which I don't think he does, but if he does, that is kind of interesting. But I don't think this is. Wow, Slacks also had an Orcish Bowmaster in hand. So I mean, this is just game. You just shoot Minsk and Boo. You can do some blocks, and then you just die to Minsk and Boo. So you take 3 down to 6, and then, you know. All right, well, that was the draft, and unfortunate for us that it didn't work out. But you know what? They can't all be winners, and even though my deck was great, Frog's deck was great, and look at those draws. Like, those draws are just unbeatable. So that does happen some of the time. As always, thanks for watching and hanging out, and let me know if you like the kind of spectating on matches. I'm going to do a couple in that style and see what people think. So even if, well, I guess if you don't like it, there's going to be 1 or 2 more coming that way before I kind of get the feedback on it. But I do think it adds more texture to the team draft, and part of the fact that this is teams is what makes it more interesting. Next time, we'll play better, we'll win more, and as always, strive to do just as long as you can do better next time. That's all you got to do. You slowly improve. And here was a case of playing poorly, running a little poorly, I think. Like they just had really good draws in some key spots, like that game, for example. And just things didn't work out. I will see you tomorrow. There's a new draft every day, and I appreciate you watching me play, whether that's well or poorly. Mostly well, I would say. And I'll see you tomorrow. New draft, new day.